President Biden addresses the nation to mark the anniversary of the start of the pandemic.
It's been 1 year since the World Health Organization declared COVID-19 a pandemic. Freeman Hospital's frontline workers reflect on what they've seen over the past year. Coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
On this first anniversary of the start of the coronavirus pandemic in the U.S., President Biden announces his goal of getting the nation closer to normal by July 4th. And he's ramping up vaccine measures to do it. More than 500,000 Americans have died as a result of COVID-19. Reporter Natalie Brand is at the White House with more.
Good evening, my fellow Americans.
On his 50th day in office, President Biden made his first primetime address, marking 1 year since the coronavirus pandemic upended life in the U.S.
Finding light in the darkness is a very American thing to do.
The president said he will direct states, tribes, and territories to make all American adults eligible for the vaccine by May 1st.
That doesn't mean everyone's going to have that shot immediately, but it means you'll be able to get in line beginning May 1.
The president also celebrated his first big legislative victory Thursday, signing into law his $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan, which passed Congress along party lines.
This historic legislation is about rebuilding the backbone of this country and giving people in this nation, working people, middle-class folks, people who built the country, a fighting chance.
Next week, President Biden and Vice President Harris will hit the road for what they're calling the Help is Here tour. They'll explain and defend the massive federal package, which includes direct stimulus checks, an expanded child tax credit, and extended unemployment benefits.
People can expect to start seeing direct deposits hit their bank accounts as early as this weekend.
We want this pandemic to end as soon as possible.
Also Thursday, a new public ad campaign debuted featuring 4 former presidents and first ladies. They're urging all Americans to get the COVID-19 vaccine. According to the latest CDC numbers, more than 1 in 10 Americans are now fully vaccinated. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
The White House announced that next week the president will travel to Pennsylvania while the vice president will go to Las Vegas to tout the American Rescue Plan. Both are also scheduled to make a joint appearance in Atlanta, Georgia. Checking in with Doug Heddy. It's chilly out there, Doug.
It is chilly, a lot cooler than what we have seen really all week long, as we've been sitting mainly into the upper 40s throughout the day. Now, our high was 67, but that was a midnight high. So when everybody got up this morning, it was sitting into the 40s, and that's pretty much where we're going to hold as we go through the next several hours. Almost all of us about 48, 49, or 50 degrees. We may rise a degree or two throughout the overnight hours, but this is due to a cold front that dropped through last night, and that's what gave us the showers and thunderstorms and a little bit of severe weather. This front is going to stall out and just kind of hang out on top of us over the next several days, and that's why we have so many rain chances over the next 3 or 4 days. As of right now, we just have some light, little moderate showers, just a few popping up, some in northern Newton County and then also eastern parts of Jasper County. But these are really going to increase for us once again later on tonight. So we're going to look at all the details, break down the forecast for you here in just a bit.
All right, catch you then. Thanks, Doug. On this anniversary of the start of the pandemic, KOAM's Mike Mahoney spoke with frontline workers at Joplin's Freeman Hospital about what they've learned fighting the coronavirus over the last year.
Freeman Hospital has been a 4-state leader in the fight against the coronavirus ever since it was officially declared a pandemic by the WHO a year ago. And its staff has learned a lot about the virus and its victims during the last 12 months.
Resiliency of the nursing staff, the medical staff, the patients, just everything that everybody has went through, they've always came out on the other side with a positive attitude.
The hospital's director of COVID services says he is proud of how the Freeman team grew and adapted as they dealt with a deadly disease with a lot of unknowns.
It really was a lot like trying to fly a 757 that you're building at the exact same time. So a year into this, we've expanded out our resources quite a bit. We have 2 completely stocked units that are available for high-level ICU care-level patients.
And the hospital's director of service excellence and pastoral care says the virus knowledge acquired over the past year has helped immensely when talking to scared patients and families who are looking for answers.
A year ago today, none of us knew anything. We had so many more questions and 0 answers. Now over the last year, we have more answers. We have more historical knowledge. And so we can say, you know, we've seen patients in this situation over the last year, and here's, you know, how we faced it.
In Joplin, Mike Mahoney, KOAM News.
Staff at Freeman also say that while they hate seeing their patients suffering from the coronavirus, there is a special thrill that comes with seeing them recover and reunite with loved ones. Joplin Health Department reports 3 more COVID-19 related deaths. The health department says the 3 patients were all women, ages 69, 70, and 78. The latest deaths bring the county's total to 127. A Republican lawmaker in Kansas outlined a measure that would overturn Democratic Governor Laura Kelly's policy of withholding doses of COVID-19 vaccines from counties wanting to move to a new phase of inoculations before the rest of the state. Senate Health Committee Chair Richard Hildebrand called the policy blackmail or extortion. State Department of Health and Environment has described withholding vaccine doses as an enforcement mechanism, and Kelly says the goal is to, quote, keep the train running as smoothly as we possibly can. A reminder, Monday, the state of Missouri will move to the next phase of its COVID-19 distribution plan. The next phase includes those who are already eligible, plus it adds workers in communication fields, energy services, food production, elected officials, IT employees, transportation service employees, and workers in water or wastewater services. 2 COVID vaccination clinics are planned at Downstream Casino. The first will be on March 17th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. It'll be open only to all Quapaw Nation tribal members, tribal employees, casino workers, and family members. Then on April 13th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., everyone living in the 4 states and surrounding areas can get a vaccine. That clinic will be at the Pavilion at Downstream Casino. No appointments are needed, but vaccines are limited. If you have any questions for health officials and experts about the vaccines, send them our way. We've provided a form on our website for you to fill out some basic information and then pose your question. You can find the form at koamnewsnow.com/vaccine. Still ahead, under a federal proposal, the Joplin metropolitan area could be downgraded to a micropolitan. And that could be bad news for the city and its nonprofits. And a potentially life-changing donation for a woman at the Water Gardens Washington Family Hope Center. Under a federal proposal, Joplin is at risk of losing its status as a metropolitan area. That proposal would designate Joplin as a micropolitan area instead of a metropolitan. Now, currently in the U.S., there are 384 metropolitans, 543 micropolitans. A metropolitan is an urban cluster with an anchor city of 50,000 or more people. A micropolitan's anchor city has a population of 10,000 or more. The new federal proposal would increase the threshold to be considered a metropolitan area to 100,000 plus people in the anchor city. Chamber of Commerce president says taking away the classification could impact federal grants for city government and nonprofits. And things are so far unclear for nonprofits like the Lafayette House, which is still trying to see how they may be directly impacted if the change goes through.
It might go both ways. We might have some different opportunities if Joplin were considered a smaller area, but we're hopeful that it wouldn't have an impact on some of our existing funding, which is so critical to us.
There's an open comment period for the designation change, but it ends pretty soon on March 20th. We have a link to where you can leave a comment on this story on our website, koamnewsnow.com. City of Joplin's in the planning stages for the demolition of the Pennsylvania Avenue Bridge. It's located between 5th and 7th Streets. It was closed about 2 years ago when a state inspection found it to be structurally unsound. City officials say this week they put out a call for bids for engineering services to prepare for the bridge's eventual demolition. When you're thinking about donating to a local charity, you don't have to think just in terms of cash. There are other donations that could be just as life-changing for people in need, maybe more so. Things like, say, a car. Someone donated a 2006 Toyota Sienna van to Water Gardens Industry. Water Gardens gave that car to a mother at their Washington Family Hope Center.
They were super excited. They kept asking me, did you get your tags? Did you get your tags? And yesterday when I got the tags, I got home and they're like, let's go driving. I said, well, we're going to drive to church and that's where we're going.
Water Gardens Ministries thanks everyone for their donations over the years, big or small. Doug Heddy's up next with his complete forecast. And later, a Joplin MMA fighter will fight in his first pro main event in his hometown. Jacob Leonard caught up with TJ Britton, and you're going to have more for us coming up in sports.
Save time and skip.
Well, of course, it was a wet, much colder day for us today. Really all week long has been pretty nice until we got the showers and thunderstorms last night. Even a little bit of severe weather. We had some low-grade severe thunderstorms with some winds at about 60 and quarter to $half size hail. And then just rain throughout the daytime hours for us today, but actually quite a bit of rain. A lot of areas pushing an inch, some areas more than an inch, but in Joplin, just shy of an inch for the year, over 5. So we're right about where we should be for this time of the year. If you think back in February when we had all the snow, that snow was so dry. It was such a powdery snow. Liquid-wise, it just didn't amount to much. So we kind of fell behind for just a little bit. It looks good. Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. We still have some scattered showers and a random little thunder shower out there, but in general, a nice shot. Temperature steady. Upper 40s. We may rise a degree or 2 throughout the overnight hours for us tonight. But we had a cold front. It rolled through early this morning, and what that did was give us those strong to low-grade severe storms last night, and then it also cooled us down during the daytime hours today. Now, this front's going to kind of hang out near us over the next several days, so it's going to play havoc with our weather, giving us chances for showers and thunderstorms as we work through the next few days. Currently outside 48, east, northeasterly winds at about 5, and of course the humidity is high. It's at 89%, and we still have some scattered showers and thunderstorms. These are mainly along and south of Interstate 44 and mainly in southwestern Missouri. In fact, if we push in Joplin, Pittsburgh, Miami, Carthage, Neosho, you can see one little cluster on the south side of Joplin, right along I-44, really from downstream over toward the 249 loop, and then also a little cluster just east of Carthage. Besides that, not a whole bunch going on, but this will change as we go through the overnight hours tonight. We have another wave, which is building out across western parts of Texas and then also Arizona. So this is going to keep the energy flowing in, giving us those chances for showers and thunderstorms. So let's go through time. Hit and miss showers for us tonight. Random little thunder shower. Nothing strong, nothing severe. Here's 4 a.m. The rain really starts to increase again during the morning hours, 7, 8, 9 o'clock. Could have pockets of heavy rain rolling through during the morning hours. And then really it's just periods of showers and thunderstorms from that point on. We'll get the first little batch in the morning. We'll get additional batches during the afternoon. But temperatures are going to be a little bit better than what we saw today. I think we'll start at 50, 54 by noon, high temp right around 56. Showers, thunderstorms continue tomorrow night. Here's pockets of thunderstorms into Saturday morning. This is going to push east, and then we get a dry pocket by Saturday afternoon. Then Saturday night into Sunday morning, most likely a line of severe storms out to our west. So some of these could be strong to low-grade severe as we head into Sunday morning. So that's something we're going to definitely keep our eyes on. But you can see all the rain chances over the next several days. So another concern that we have is flash flood potential. We're under a flash flood watch as we go through the weekend. Rainfall amounts are going to be pretty excessive. This goes just through Saturday, so just the next 2 days, but a lot of areas picking up 2, 3 inches of rain. So it's going to be very wet. We get a break Tuesday, more storms by Wednesday.
Yeah, as you said, a lot even just through Saturday, and then there'll be more in a few days after that.
Yeah, it's that time of the year, but we don't need it all at once.
No, we don't. That's for sure. Thanks, Doug. Coming up in sports, the East Newton boys aim to keep their historic season alive, and Joplin's TJ Britton prepares for one of the biggest fights of his career. Jacob Leonard has the story next.
Freeman Urgent Care.
The Frontenac girls are back in the basketball state semifinals. The Raiders have a tough one today in the Final Four, facing the Cheney Cardinals. Cheney, perfect 23-0 coming into the night. As Frontenac, though, coming out hot. Sydney Frankenberry, 3 from the corner. Heather Arnett catches the defense sleeping here. Raiders up 7-14 today for Arnett. Cheney comes back in a big way. Kylie Shear, 3. Cards outscore the Raiders 20-4 in the second. Frontenac not out of it yet. Hattie Pyle, 3. Pyle gets 10 points, 10 boards. Reagan Hipful along the baseline, just like that. It's just a 4-point game going to the fourth. That's as close as they get. Shear straight to the hoop. She gets 23. Cheney holds off Frontenac 62-46. The Raiders share third place and finish 19-4 overall. The East Newton boys are enjoying a historic season, making the state quarterfinals for the first time in program history. Danny Terzer catches up with the Patriots as they aim to keep that season alive and make the Class 4 Final Four.
The East Newton boys are having a historic season.
It means a lot. I mean, we've always dreamed about this since coming in as small freshmen. That's always one thing we've wanted to have, is just to look back on us and just know that we've kind of made our mark on the school.
The legacy that they're going to leave, maybe the best team in East Newton history is pretty special, but they've earned that. They've deserved that, and their work up to this point has really put them, kind of in that seat.
Their next goal is to make the program's first ever trip to the Final Four.
It's been something to remember, but we don't want it to be done yet.
As the team's success builds, so does their confidence.
We feel great about it. We feel ready. We feel confident, and we're just excited to be out there and have the opportunity to play.
We've won tournaments. We've went on winning streaks, and I've had a lot of success in this building. They feel like they belong. They belong in the sectional game or a quarterfinal game, or belong in the Final Four.
The team has had multiple leading scorers this season, and 3 players have hit 1,000 career points.
We have everybody that on any given night can drop 15, 20 points when needed, so it helps a lot to be able to share the ball like that.
They're willing to sacrifice every day. They're real unselfish, and that's what makes us special.
The Patriots are taking a no-pressure approach to just enjoy the ride. In Granby, Danny Terzer, KOAM Sports.
East Newton will hit the floor against Blair Oaks in the quarterfinals tomorrow night at 6 p.m. College baseball now. Missouri Southern up to number 4 in the nation, playing a doubleheader against Missouri Western today. Game 1, Lions take it 8-6. Game 2, Southern offense rolls. They win that one as well, 13-1. This series will wrap up tomorrow at 11 a.m. Joplin MMA fighter TJ Britton is 9 days away from one of the biggest fights of his career. Britton will fight for a title, and he gets to do it in his own backyard.
TJ Britton is about to step in the cage for one of the biggest fights in his MMA career.
Hey, you got to work now. You got to work. These opportunities don't come all the time, and so when an opportunity comes knocking like this, you jump on it, and it did, and we jumped on it.
Britton will fight at Cage of Honor 81 on the 20th with the featherweight title on the line.
Most fighters don't hold titles as a pro. This opportunity to be able to do that is on one of the longest running promotions in Missouri, in the 4-state area, honestly. It's truly a blessing.
Same pace the whole round. Keep it out there. Keep that jab out there. Stay busy.
He gets this opportunity in his own backyard, fighting in Joplin.
My last few fights have been on national television, and people are watching, but you can't look into the camera and see them. It does give you a lot of energy. This will be my first fight that my kids are coming to watch me live, so that gets me a little excited.
Britton will square up with Sky Mosicek out of Florida.
Cameras ain't not gonna make him nervous. He comes in and he's ready to fight. He's gonna be there to fight 5 rounds.
Hey, this gotta be your best round. Last round gotta be your best round.
These are the type of fights I get excited about. He has a lot of heart. I have a lot of heart, so it's gonna be a very interesting fight.
Win or lose, Britton says he's already put in the work, and this fight is the reward.
That's why a lot of times I'm smiling in the cage, because that's the fun part. That's the part that I've worked hard for to get me where I'm at, and I just I have fun. I want to be a light in this dark world, so I'll go in and have fun.
A Cage of Honor 81 will be at Elevate the Game in Joplin on the 20th, with the fights beginning at 6 p.m. Finally, Missouri Class II State Wrestling Championships today. We got 4 local champions. Brady Roark from Seneca is a champ at 106 pounds. Monette gets 2 individual titles. Elias Barrientos at 152, Ethan Umfleet at 182. And this dude, Pitt State football commit Cassville Zach Cohenin, wins a championship at 220. And that's a look at sports. We're back with more news after this.
From Hero.
Take time now to honor a local veteran, Corporal Stanley Thornton. The Gas, Kansas native served in the U.S. Marine Corps. And we are proud to salute Corporal Stanley Thornton. He's tonight's four-state hero. It was to infinity and beyond, more like Little Rock and beyond for a beloved toy. Little Hagen now has two new heroes to thank, a Southwest ramp agent and a mailman. You see, Hagen forgot his Buzz Lightyear toy on a plane in Dallas, but his family didn't realize it until they were already in their rental car. Enter Jason, the Southwest worker in Little Rock, who spotted the toy and made it his mission to get Buzz home. Luckily, Hagen's name was written on the toy, so he was fairly easy to track down. Buzz Lightyear arrived home a few days later in a hand-decorated box complete with pictures of his adventure with Southwest Airlines. Yes, Buzz Lightyear really can fly. Checking back with Doug. It is chilly, it's damp, and it's going to stay that way for a while.
It is. We're going to have periods of showers and thunderstorms picking back up for us late tonight. None of these are going to be too strong or severe, but heavy amounts of rain across the region, really increasing for us tomorrow. A little bit warmer as we go into the 50s, and then periods of showers and thunderstorms all the way through the weekend.
Thanks, Doug. Hey, to stay up to date on the latest news, weather, and sports, download the KOAM News app. Free of charge, Apple App Store, Google Play Store, KOAM News app. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here tomorrow. Let's take care of ourselves and each other.